Hello. I wanted to give you some good news. First off, your midterms were excellent. Very good. I really appreciate the fact that so many of you tied the information we've learned to things that you have already know within the media and that you have observed in your life or in media situations. So I appreciate that. I have an alternate assignment for the discussion board this week. It is to watch the presidential debate and tie what you observe to principles we've learned through this course and through public relations in general. There's so much of PR in a campaign, obviously. It's amazing because you have to know your audience in PR, and definitely extensive research is done in the presidential campaigns to be sure that the audience is recognized and that their needs are met through through the rhetoric that is put out there by the candidates. So please take a look at that, and that is an option that you definitely can do. I want to advise you too that I am somewhat flexible on the word counts. We do go rigorous in our definition of word counts and assignments because this is master's work, but I am very much a fan of a concisely well written piece. So, in other words, the journalist in me always understands that it is more difficult sometimes to go with fewer words and be very concise and accurate than it is to expand. So, if I'm not going to be word checking it, word checking or checking the word count unless it is extremely low and if it hasn't really answered the question. So know that there is some flexibility within those word counts. I will be flexible. This week you are also doing a Glogster activity. And there are instructions there. If I realized when I looked to see what we have going on this week that there's quite a bit. So if you need to, please feel free to take till Monday midnight to complete the assignments rather than Sunday. The code of ethics is something that requires thought. It's your personal code of ethics. And so as an example, I would say you're pretty much giving us when you read the code of ethics and the PRSA link that I provided, then if you can kind of internalize that as to your own code of ethics. It may have some exact same elements to the PRSA's code, but also you may add some other items. You may define that your real code of ethics comes from your relationship with Jesus Christ or from the commandments. It's different depending on different people, but what we're looking at is that you've given this matter thought, that you've looked at the code of ethics from the PRSA, internalized it, and made it your own, so to speak. And you're writing a document of it where you actually write it in narrative form what your code is, and you can use first person. You can say I, and that's fine. And then in Glogster, you're giving us a visual image of it by putting elements together to create it. I've posted a Glogster just so you can see what it looks like, a Glogster flypaper activity. That's just to give you an example. It's actually one I did for another class, but this will be your own project on your code of ethics. When you go to Glogster and establish your free account, please don't go to Glogster edu. Don't go to the edu version. That's for people who've bought a block of memberships for a certain educational institution. We are just using the free Glogster method of posting, and there's a flypaper option, which is quite easy, and that's the one I suggest you use. If you have any questions, let me know. Besides WebEx or phone conferences, I can also do FaceTime with you or just a simple phone call. Sometimes that will just work things out if you need help. So do let me know, and I'd be happy to help you. And I'm praying for you all. Hope you're having a good week. God bless.